Hello and welcome back to the Cronecast at the Rising Moon. Today I have a pick a card reading that's about discovering what your life's purpose is. And my friend Talib came to help me out with a reading. He has picked his pile. We're going to film it and I'm going to read everyone's cards, and then we're going to also clarify the people at home's cards, and then we're going to clarify Talib's cards as well. And Talib, I've read you in person before, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I just wanted people to be able to see how this works in person. So I'm going to be reading from a little card here because I'm having trouble remembering what this particular fossil is called. It's called Ammonite. So pile number 1 is Ammonite. Pile number 2 is Dalmation Jasper. Pile number 3 is yellow Jasper. And pile number 4 is Healiorite. And I'm going to have an insert in a moment. Take a moment to pick your pile. Pile number 1 has the Ammonite. Pile number 2 has the Dalmatian Jasper. Pile number 3 has the yellow Jasper. And pile number 4 has the Healiorite. Welcome back. If you picked the Ammonite, which is a fossil, then this is your reading, your pile number 1. Okay, so what I have here is, this is the Thelema deck. It's going to tell us about your life's purpose, what's being recommended for you. These in the conflict deck, the Celtic deck is going to tell us about the conflicts that you will face. The St. Petersburg deck is going to talk about the financial outlook of what you're being called to do. And then we've got a soul's destiny and a sacred destiny and a soul's purpose oracle card as well. So you've got trust and then friendship. Those kind of go hand in hand. Let's see what else is being talked about here. So we have the Knight of Wands in reverse, the 5 of Cups in reverse, the 2 of Cups in reverse. Okay, I understand here. The Queen of Pentacles in the upright, the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Chariot in reverse, and then we have the 8 of Cups in the upright. This is an interesting read. So part of what you're being recommended to do is, there has been something that you left behind in the past. It was a creative endeavor. It looks pretty solitary. It does not appear to be writing in this instance. But there is something that, following the loss of a relationship, something that you concentrated on will really have helped define your path. This is about slowing down, taking stock. The Queen of Pentacles, this is going to be, I'm really getting the sense that this is in the business sector. It is going to be a solo endeavor. Although you are staying in one place, it is about journeys. It is about taking a spiritual journey. It does have to do with, there's been a failure in the past, and failure is a very strong word. It means that there has been something that you tried before. Oh gosh, that's what it is. In the past, there was something that you attempted to do. You were too young to follow through on it, but it is the dream of your youth. It may be about being a business owner. It does appear to be about growth. I'm gonna pull clarifiers on that. Honestly, I'm getting the sense that this might have to do with opening your own studio of some sort, opening your own store of some sort. There's something that you dreamed of doing, and it was very much a solo endeavor. And at the time that you were thinking of doing it, it just wasn't possible. You didn't have the stability yet. We'll check with the conflicts deck, trust and friendship. 4 of Cups in reverse. We have the Queen of Pentacles in the upright, interesting. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. And we have the 3 of Swords in reverse. this really appears to be about a calling towards a type of beauty. It may be about jewelry design. Just a couple words on life's purpose. That doesn't mean that you have to go and feed the hungry or heal the lepers. It means that every role that we have in this life is significant. We touch other people, we influence them. We come here to try and express certain gifts and to give certain things to other people. There is enough of a flow with cups here that I do get the sense that design is being stressed. It is not a typical business endeavor with the Chariot in reverse like that. The Eight of Cups, but there's money to be made, and it is a solo endeavor, and it is something that comes from the heart. There is adornment involved. What are the Devil in the upright, the Ten of Clubs in the up. These are the conflicts. I'm sorry, this is the material gains that you face. This is the outlook, the financial outlook. The Devil in the upright, don't worry about that. I think this is about some kind of design. I think it really is about the Ten of Clubs, a little overburdened, the Knight of Cups in the upright, and the Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, this looks like there is a business that you would like to run. It is design heavy. When people engage in it, they are doing so to lessen their own stress loads. The Knight of Cups, that is a good energy. It does involve something you love. It is very much, it's working with there's work with your hands involved. Two of Swords in reverse is one of the things that is indicating that. I'm going to go to this everyday deck to try and start clarifying what the purpose they are. My sense is that it is either working with crystals or jewelry making. It's a delicate kind of craft, the sort of thing that people may have Etsy shops for. There's beauty involved and a lot of flow. And it does seem as if it was a dream. It was a dream of your youth. I don't know if that means like maybe when you were 18, 19 years old, it was, I see sketches. I see sketches somehow, sketches of a thing, sketches of designs, but I think it's jewelry. I think it is jewelry. Let's keep going. And how would that be a life's purpose? Well, creating things of beauty, I caught that as it was falling. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, this is a creative endeavor. Can I get some more cards, please? Are you coming? Yep. Can I get some more cards, please? Creating things of beauty in a difficult world, I am just dropping everything, is part of what adds balance to other people's lives. And that's a wonderful, wonderful life's purpose, to add something that is purely about pleasure, the Devil in the upright. That is a card of indulgence. The Ten of Clubs, it is something in the upright. It is something people do when they're trying to set down their burdens. So what we've still got out here is the Knight of Swords in reverse. It is a creative endeavor. The Ten of Swords in the upright. A new beginning is resolved, and it does have to do with hope and beauty. If this isn't jewelry design, I'd be very surprised. It's something artistic. This, that of course would almost suggest, except it could be working with metalworking as well. There's something involved with the intricacy of your hands. And it is a material thing that is being made. There's a lot of love that goes into it. It really it gives other people a sense of hope and happiness. it's metalworking or it is jewelry design. And this doesn't have to be something that you abandon all of your responsibilities to go and pursue. It's just, this is being 5 of Swords in the upright. I'm gonna get one more. That is about being in a battle, but in this case, it can also be about Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It is not a new business idea to you. You are returning to something from your past. I want to keep going with, I'm going to go to the Spirit deck. I'm going to pull an energy card as well. Honestly, the financial deck looks good. The financial deck looks good. There is, whenever the Devil in the upright is in the position, when you're talking about finances, there's money to be made. Be a little bit careful, but this is talking about why people would purchase, and there's purchasing involved. There is purchasing involved in this. I want to go to the Spirit deck to just start clarifying. Let's go to the energy deck instead. What I'm getting from this is there is a creative pursuit that you were quite good at when you were young, and the responsibilities of life kind of called you away from it. But it is about creating beauty. It is done with your hands. Friendship. It may be things that you never entirely stopped doing, that you have done as a hobby. Door to romance. It's jewelry. Door to romance. It's something that people give each other as gifts. You make something beautiful. You make something beautiful. You do it with your hands. What seems to be suggested is that if you start out in a small capacity, you can add it to your life. An Etsy shop, just trying to, set up an Instagram account, show your work, start out small. Even if it never becomes your only source of income, it's going to give you a feeling of participating in the world, adding something back to it. This is a labor of love. I can't tell if somebody ever talked you out of it. Trust friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Journey. Well, you're certainly getting awesome energy cards, but Journey does suggest that there's something new to be discovered. A woman holding a heart. Okay, so group number 1, what I am really getting from this is that there is something that you have loved in the past. You did stop doing it at some point. I think you thought it was kind of a pipe dream. It didn't seem practical. Most of what you do right now is about stability, but this is creative and about beauty. I'm going to be honest, I'm not seeing it on a large scale right now. But that's not what it's about. For you, this is about feeling as if you are creating something that survives and has your spirit with it wherever you go. It's your way of adding a little bit of love to the world, and a little bit of beauty, and a little bit of permanence. It's just far more solid than a lot of the creative pursuit. It really, I keep seeing wire being bent. I don't know what that means. Maybe you make earrings. I don't know. But Group number 1, what I really think is happening is that you are being advised to take your artistic pursuits, the way in which you lean, something that you have abandoned. Start small scale. Start with home selling. Harmony in the home and great friendship. And then the elements of air, earth, water, and fire combine to create powerful protective boundaries, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. that is, gosh, I personally think that is very much about creation within the home, calling upon all of the elements available to you. It's something very solid. And again, life's purpose is funny. We all want to think it's like, oh, I went and hiked the Appalachian Trail and meditated by a campfire and saw my guides, and it's not like that. You could be an accountant and that's your life's purpose, depending on how you feel about your work and what your work does for other people. And this, I'm getting the sense, starts out as kind of a hobby thing. But it'll make you so much happier as well. You feel fulfilled. Impatience is what you have to work on. That's gonna be the hard one. If it doesn't succeed immediately, just keep plugging away. Remember that this is an endeavor that is about fueling your grief. Okay. So the two cautionary things that you got for your chakras, things to work on, impatience. I think part of the reason that you haven't revisited this thing that was once a great love of yours and has been lost to you is that you want too much from it too quickly. So impatience, that is something to work on clearing with your crown chakra. Grief. I don't think this is about heartache. In this instance, and a lot of times the pictures on these will, and I always have to try and figure out where the glare is coming from, will help us understand what this woman is cradling a dog. Your grief is from a loss of a love that was not a romantic love. And I think it was a loss to death. Once you work on, gosh, when you go into this Three of Swords in reverse, that is about healing heartbreak. When you are working in your true life's purpose, part of what happens is that the universe kind of aligns and makes it the thing that works for you. It will bring you a great deal. It will not... It's very hard to explain. Once you hit the flow that you are meant to be in, all the things that are meant to be yours come to you. And we come here with a purpose. We come here with a mission. And if it sounds like making jewelry is a goofy mission, heck no. It's not. Adding beauty to other people's lives, giving them something that they will receive with joy, something that can be given as a gift, it's adding something very positive into other people's lives, and you get to have the creative expression. So I'm going to take a Wisdom Oracle card, and then I'm going to take a card from Spooky as well. I'm going to take 2 Wisdom Oracle cards. Let's see, we have Mending, and then Round and Round. There's something that has to do with working with your hands here. It could be sewing. It's something. You make something beautiful. You make something beautiful. Round and round. You have been denying yourself the time to do that. Group number 1. It does not sound like a particularly lofty life's purpose, but then, I'm a tarot card reader, and that turned out to be my life's purpose. And I am not necessarily the person people pick for having that as a life's purpose, but it definitely is mine. And what you add to another person's life, what you add to their journey, that's what makes up life purpose. And what it is you do, group number 1, is you create something that is part of celebration, sometimes part of stress relief, part of adding joy to another person's existence. And it makes you feel connected with beauty. So group number 1, what I personally saw has to do with likely having your own smaller retail endeavor that starts out in just like something that you're running out of your bedroom at night. Etsy, eBay, something where you are marketing what it is that you make. And there will be some effort, but mostly people will find you because it is about your life's purpose. Today, again, awesome day to check in with your ancestors. That is part of the day. The reason this is a timeless reading, but part of the reason I wanted to do this reading today was this is a day where there's a lot of guidance available to you. If this reading resonated with you, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me. If it was just completely out of any realm that you've ever worked in, maybe it's a different pile, or maybe a different reader is the person who is going to be telling you your spirit guide messages. But please do tune in and have a lovely day. Thank you. Welcome back. If you picked the Dalmation Jasper, you're pile number 2, and this is your reading. And I gave Talib a couple of minutes alone with the piles so that he could figure out.
Pile 3.
You picked pile 3?
Yeah, it was pile 3.
No, it really isn't, dude. This is your reading. And what we're going to do is, these are the golden tarots. This is going to be what your life's purpose is. This is the financial outlook with the Russian deck. These are the conflicts you might face. And then we have a sacred journey and a soul's journey oracle. And this is change, which is an awesome card, and acceptance. So that's a really good start. Let's get going with the tarot. We have the 8 of Swords in the upright. We have the 6 of Wands in the upright. We have the World in the upright. The 10 of Cups in the upright. This is interesting. Okay, then we have the Sun as well. Death in the upright. Death is never a bad card. People think it is. And then the 8 of Pentacles. So let's talk about this a little bit. With the 6 of Wands, this is all about movement and journey and growth and triumph. When you combine it with the 8 of Swords, this is a field where part of what you're working on in a soul's purpose capacity would be trying to help people on their own journey to overcome whatever is blocking them. Because the 8 of Swords in particular talks about mental anxieties. It's usually a woman depicted as surrounded by swords, and her path is clear, but she's not moving. So one of the things in your life's purpose is that you are going to help people on their own journeys to be free of their own anxieties, to embrace growth, to embrace change, to try and have a more complete life. So this should be a health and wellness thing. Now, I already do know you, and I do know that you work in that field, but the cards are actually reflecting that. And then we have the 10 of Cups, which is also a card of family and happiness and joining together. It is a really, really beautiful energy. Particularly with this is a health and wellness combination. You really are in the right field. Oh, isn't that good to know?
Yes.
Yeah, validated. And then you have the Sun, which is everything positive and healthy and good and happy. You do have Death, and then the 8 of Pentacles. And this is, again, because I know you, and this is going to hold true for almost anybody, this might be a career change. This is a rebirth card. This is starting again and going into basically a new field of work. And the 8 of Pentacles is a really good card for financial gain and for stability. A couple of other possible interpretations on this would be, so this could be a creative endeavor, but it's much more, there's more emotions reflected here. Energy is Wands, communication, Swords, Cups are emotions. The Sun is just my favorite card to get anywhere. And I like to see death in any kind of life's purpose read, simply because it is about, we're never the same person throughout the course of our lives, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to also go into the conflicts cards and see what you're facing. The Star in the upright, 2 of Pentacles in reverse, the Emperor in the upright, and the King of Cups in the upright. And interestingly, this really is about the conflicts. Now, the Star is a card of hope. It really is hope in both sectors, above, below. It's usually depicted as a woman pouring water both into a stream and onto the land. And part of the reason that would be in the conflicts is it's going to be a struggle. It has been a path getting here. You have, I think, struggled with trying to hold on to the vision of who you're supposed to be. And that's going to, again, hold true for anybody in this. And then a loss of balance.
Right.
This is, health and wellness, particularly energetically with all this other stuff that we're talking about. That is always going to be a struggle with you. Whenever you're working in a personal wellness field, keeping your own energetic field safe from other people, and safe is kind of a tricky word, but immune might be. If you're an empath as well,
right?
As am I.
Exactly.
And you can pick up other people's energies pretty easily. And then the Emperor, this is a power structure card in this instance. And that is, I know what you mean. If I get this, it means that I'm kind of under the thumb of the man, the patriarchal structure, which, realistically, I think can also impact you, because this is a card of structure, traditional power structures. It can be about trying to overcome the expectations other people have of you, because particularly in a health and wellness field, it's not typically, again, gender is meaningless in my eyes, but it's not typically a field that is as welcoming to men, and you would know better than I.
Yes.
Than it is to women. And then the King of Cups, one of the challenges you're going to face is keeping a good balance because I know you're married and you adore your wife, keeping a good balance at home and at work, not giving too much of yourself within your field, and being able to, again, it's all about balance, trying to find enough energy to care about others, care about yourself, care about your family.
Right.
So those are good conflicts. That's not anything that's going to hold you back tremendously, right?
It wasn't scary.
No kidding. Oh, this is awesome. So this is what your financial outlook is, and don't worry about this. This is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is, as dire as it looks, it's the best card to get for conflicts because it's all about mental anxieties. It's the same thing as the Eight of Swords, basically, only this is insomnia, staying up at night, worrying about bills, kind of just churning in your mind all the stuff that can go on. The Hierophant, you're going to be a teacher, basically. You're going to be a mentor type of person. This is a very good card to get in terms of financial stability, because it is all about structure. It is all about finding that solid foundation to build upon. So even though you have anxieties, your financial outlook is one of tremendous stability. That's also the card of Taurus. And Taurus is, what sign are you?
I'm a Pisces.
You're a Pisces, so you're the water man. I'm a Taurus, and Tauruses, we love nesting, we love security, we love stability. That's an awesome card to get in that particular position. And then we have the Two of Cups, which that does mean that there is a good balance, there is a good partnership. Even though it's not a financial card, the way it reflects your financial stability is in balance. Your balance really is to be sought in your personal relationships. And I did actually already know that about you, but it's going to hold true for almost anybody. So the balance to be sought emotionally with the financial structure of the Hierophant will help balance that out over time.
Okay.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start clarifying like crazy. And we're going to start with these guys, because this is health and wellness. What I'm going to have you do, Talib, is I'm going to give you, actually pick one of these decks. Or you can also use that one if you prefer. Thank you, ma'am. All right, let's see. And I need you to shuffle one as well. So why don't you shuffle this one, and I will use this one. And I'm going to do a double clarification, because whereas this is Talib's path, there might be... Collective energy reads are always interesting, because there is a collective energy. I'm on Instagram, and every day we do energy reads. And it's amazing. All over the world, we're all still pulling the same cards on the same days. So what I'm asking is there anything that we need to know to clarify this? Is there any additional information? Is there any problem? I ask too many questions at once. Is there any additional... Yeah, they're flying! They're one out, man. Thank you, sir. Okay, I'm going to get 2 more from this, and I'm going to take 4 from yours as well. I say I'm going to get 2 more. It's like, if it'll cough it up. All right, we've seen that card in your life before, and it never means anything bad in the reverse like that.
I'm very confident now, so whatever the cards say, it's okay.
And we can figure it out. All right, Talib, you have the Queen of Swords. We know who that is. The Hierophant again. Oh my gosh. So Talib, the Queen of Swords is of course one of your spirit guides, one of your messengers who we've been trying to get Talib back in touch with.
I've been trying to contact and connect.
That's who the mentor is. Because the Hierophant is also a card of mentorship, of guiding, of teaching, of structure.
And that's probably why we're getting frustrated.
Yeah, exactly. So Talib has been having trouble. I've been trying to help him connect with one of his spirit guides. I can kind of get messages from her, but she's a little hard for me to understand. And she really wants to talk to Talib. And it's partially because in your particular profession, her guidance, her mentorship is going to be key. And we have been working on taking care of your King of Swords in reverse. We have been working on taking care of your energetic field to make the messages coming through a little more clearly, and the Seven of Pentacles. So, Talib, you are just so on your right path already. We know what this is. We're already working on it. This is a card of learning to be a little bit more assertive with your words, of being a little bit more direct in situations, particularly in business, because it is paired with the Seven of Pentacles, and that is a card of continuing to work as you build towards the Eight of Pentacles, which I'm positive you had over here. Yeah, you do. So these are some of the things that you will face. You do need to get in touch with your spirit guide, who we think is your grandmother.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we think so. And then in this instance, it is just learning about how to say things in the way that they can be heard. Both of your communication spiritually and then in the real world needs a little bit of work, and then you're just going to have to be industrious and work hard.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see what everybody else gets. Ace of Cups, there's a very important relationship. The Magician in reverse. This is also going to apply to you because, again, this is your read. So, just as this is there, if you hear anything terrible, it is my dog underneath the desk just being as bratty as she can be.
She's okay.
She's a good girl.
Yeah, she's down there.
Her name is Puddle, so we're hoping she doesn't pee on Talib.
No, I don't think so.
So, oddly enough, echo, 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 there's an important relationship to be had in the Ace of Cups. That is exactly. I love it when things echo. The Magician in reverse is also about blocked energies to try and find power in all sectors. The Magician has sway over the cups, the wands, the swords. It is the card of tremendous power and structure and stability as well. Master Manifester. It is a little bit blocked until such time there's a connection that you need to make. Until such time as you do, that's going to be a little blocked. Everybody suffered some heartache in the past. This is a card of hope and healing. And one of the ways to do that is always to try and let go of the past, which has been causing anxieties.
Correct. Correct.
To help purge all of this, one of the messages that we're getting here is to establish your connection to your spirit guides, to your ancestors. Today is Dia de los Muertos. So this is particularly apropos, but it does seem to be the collective message as well. Combat your anxieties with hope and healing, which is oddly enough the exact field that we're talking about. We're going to move on just a little bit and draw some energy cards. Do you have any more questions?
No, actually, it's very clear.
Yeah, it is. And when you got here, I had the piles arranged and I hadn't seen them.
Well, they're resonating with what I've been going through. So
I think you're getting a good echo. You're just getting reaffirmation of everything that you need.
Yes.
And this is absolutely and I've known for a while that you're a healer. I've known since I think the first time we talked. Talib is one of the reasons I keep getting the Six of Cups, oddly enough.
Wow.
The Six of Cups is a card of your soul family, and it's not always about romantic connections. It's frequently just about people who have known each other in other lives. And I personally think we have probably been around. Yeah.
I think that's why I'm comfortable with getting readings from you.
Yeah. We clicked pretty well. And oddly enough, we knew each other for a couple of years before I ever read Talib, because I volunteered where Talib worked. And it was only as we came into Libra season and I started being haunted by the Six of Cups that it was funny. It was a synchronicity. All right, so I'm going to draw some. Actually, what I'm going to have you do, let's see what your chakras are saying. And I'll grab the energy cards. I beg your pardon.
What are you saying, chakras?
Because there's some blockages usually in healing professions. You really have to get your chakras singing and in line in order for things to work. And they're falling. See, it's not that easy. I do that all the time, and then people are like, how can you do this for a living? Did you get it?
I'm going to go with that one.
Perception. Oh gosh, and that is about healing of heart. Because that is a green card, that is your heart chakra. We have the temple path. I'm going to upright that. And then we have all tied up. And I'm going to upright both of these. And part of it is, that is definitely something that you need to work on releasing.
Yes.
Complacency in the root chakra.
Yes.
Bittersweet in...
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes. All three of those cards right
It really is about... What happens in energy reads is that it kind of affirms and reaffirms and validates all the things that you kind of know are going on with yourself, but it is amazing to see the cards reflect that. And we've already talked about what the heart pain is, but for everybody else, everyone has grief and wounds and old pain that they need to release. And to be in a healing profession, you really do need to be able to give compassion and love to other people. And that means healing your own wounds first. And it can be very hard. And this one, you have to be grounded. You have to basically find your own momentum. You have to break through self-limiting beliefs. And that is part of what complacency in reverse is. You have to really tie into the earth, believe in your ability to find stability, to be able to create it, to know that you are the master of your own destiny here. And then also not expect everything to manifest immediately. When it's in reverse like that, it is about impatience.
Yes.
It can be about trying to hurry things and not getting the best end result from it because of that.
I'm guilty of that.
As am I. And then bittersweet, this is part of, again, tapping in, being able to talk to your spirit guides. And there's always going to be, it's a more painful process than I think people realize trying to tap in, because
it's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's
How have you been doing with it?
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
I mean, there's moments where I feel like I'm getting a connection,
right.
And then it just goes away. So I'm constantly trying to get myself in a peaceful state, but it goes away.
And you seem like the mellowest guy in the entire world, but you actually have an incredibly active brain in there that is always, always churning. And so finding that stillness is kind of a challenge. All right, so we're going to start wrapping up here. I do want to check with two things, though. I'm going to have you do the Manifesting Magic deck, because Talib also has some beliefs in magic.
Yes.
And that is another thing we've been discussing. It really was funny the first time we were ever doing a read. It's like, oh, you do that too? This is strange.
Well, that's the soul family connection.
Exactly. And it has been a season where you meet the people who are significant. You bring light to this world. That is freaking perfect for the read, because that is what healers do. And I refer to myself as, oh my gosh, awesome catch. Awesome catch. All right, so this is the spirit deck. That was really well done. This is the spirit deck, and it's what's going on inside. In this case, it's going to be a few things to overcome. And Ace of Wands, you have a new opportunity that is available to you. It is something that is creative and involves a lot of energy. That does make sense. It's a little blocked right now, and it's partially because when the Nine of Pentacles, which is a card of abundance and hard work, and it can represent a single woman working, but it can also just represent somebody trying to make themselves up from the ground up. And in this particular instance, it does mean that somewhere inside of you there is doubt.
Yes.
about your
I can
ability
admit
to do that.
And I'm working through that.
And that is partially, this is in the upright. Now, it doesn't mean heartbreak in this case. It does mean old pain. And the solitude of the hermit is what you need to work on in meditation to clear your spirit. And you're getting, every time I see you, you're more and more energetically clear.
Yeah.
I really think that you're
Working
making
really hard.
great progress. I thank you so much for doing this
You're
with
welcome.
me, Talib. We're going to do
welcome.
one last thing from Spooky, and we're going to close this out. But this, I wanted to do this so that people could see, and it takes a long time in person. It takes about an hour in person. I use 15 decks. I think the first time you ever saw me was like...
But I enjoyed every minute of it because it all came together at the end.
And the same things keep coming back over and over again, so you can't miss the message. I'm going to, you know what?
Okay.
Meet Spooky. See what he has to say to you. This is, and it's a weird feeling deck, right?
Yeah.
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 It is the strangest deck. And it doesn't read for people any longer, but it will. Let me go ahead and cut that. All right, so this is your message. That's hilarious. In the upright. And then let's see if there's anything for anybody else watching. Come on, Speaks. You got anything else to say? King of Wands. Okay, this is great. This is about a fiery energy moving forward, a manifesting energy. Everything that came out in this particular reading had to do with the energy within, manifesting without to drive you towards your life's purpose. And you have such an awesome life's purpose, and I'm so glad that I've met you. And thank you so much for doing this,
welcome.
Talib.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back. If you chose pile number 3 with the yellow Jasper, then this is your reading. What I have here is, this is the ethereal deck. This is going to tell us about your life's purpose. We have the Celtic deck to bring us what conflicts you will face. We have the St. Petersburg deck to show us what the financial outlook is for your life's purpose. And then I have a Soul's Purpose Oracle and a Sacred Destiny Oracle. Guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Well, that's something you're being... Fulfillment. These are not meant to be read in the reverse. Interesting. Let's see what this could be talking about. Guilt. 10 of Wands in the upright. We have the Hermit in reverse. Oh, you're overburdened at present. 9 of Swords in the upright. There's a lot of anxieties involved with this. Justice. The Hierophant in reverse. Interesting. I hardly ever get this card. It is one of 2 that was added to the deck. I wonder if everybody's going to be advised about artistic pursuits. This is the card of the artist. At present, I think you work within a field that has a lot of facts and figures in it. I think that justice quite frequently does have to do with the legal field, with things that have to do with karma and balance, and there's a lot of minutia involved in what you're doing. You do feel overburdened at present, but the thing that will set you free, the thing that gives you your life's purpose, has to do with nonconformity and tapping into your artistic side. But there's something about it that has made you feel guilty. There's something about it that you don't think it's a proper sort of job to be pursuing. Let's see if we can find out what it is. I bet it's going to be music. All right, Sun in the upright. These are the conflicts you're going to face. The Hanged Man in the upright. We have the King, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Knight of Cups in the upright. And then we have the 5 of Cups in reverse. So these conflicts aren't bad. Outlook. Your outlook about what it is you're doing. You have to have a positive outlook in order to create. There is creativity that is, it gives you a sense of fulfillment. The Hanged Man, take a new perspective. Knight of Pentacles. The thing about this is it's not financially lucrative. It gives you a lot of love and happiness and emotional fulfillment. The Five of Pentacles in reverse it's not a card of monetary loss and lack as it is in the upright, or it can be. It is about what remains, what you are looking at doing for your life's purpose, which may be in addition to your job, to add balance and to fulfill your role on this earth. It is non-conforming and it is artistic. And I can't tell yet if it's music. I can't tell yet if it's music. Justice in the upright for your financial gains, what the financial outlook is. Seven of Swords. And then the Knight of Wands. Okay. So the Seven of Swords, always a problematic card. It does have to do with winning a battle by whatever means. It can be deceit, it can be trickery, it can be dishonesty. This is, you're going to have to essentially not talk about what it is you're doing within your actual profession. You're not leaving your actual profession. But part of your life's purpose is creating. It is not a particularly lucrative area, but it brings everything positive and good to you. There's no cards of mentorship here, so it's not about teaching it, but there is absolutely something that is created. Let me go to spellcasters. I just want more clarification. Different piles gave up their cards more easily when I was drawing them. This was not the pile that did. It was a little reticent. It was... The thing is I think you already know, pile number 3, exactly what it is I'm talking about. You just have trouble admitting that it is the thing that could possibly be your purpose. Temperance in the upright. So one of the things about that is, let's take everybody that fell face up out of there and take the one that stayed face down. The Hanged Man again. All right, so Temperance is one of the Healing Angels cards in most decks. In this particular deck, it is depicted as a woman pouring liquid from one vial to the next. The sun is in the background. There is a field of flowers. Temperance is about finding your balance. Temperance is about finding the ways to heal that which is within. What happened there? I just picked up these guys, apparently. The artist, the artist, the artist. I really want to know. The Hangman, it's a new perspective. This is something that, it's a full... It requires creativity. You have a sense of guilt about it. It takes you away from something that you believe is the thing you have to do for your bread and butter. It's solitary. Page of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you think it takes you away from your family. Ace of Pentacles in the upright. That is about creating something. That is about, what is this? It's not writing. It is not writing. I do not believe it's painting. Strange. Okay, that's from a different read. That just got incorporated in on the shuffle. I had been doing a read for somebody in between filming. My friend Talib was here and we filmed his first, and then I went and did a reading on a couple of things for him, and I just accidentally shuffled in some cards, came in here, cleared it, but didn't apparently get everybody in the right order. For your life's purpose, there is something that there's not enough swords here for it to be music. There's not enough pentacles here for it to be something that you create. It's not words. Oh, It's mentorship. It's mentorship. That genuinely surprised me. It's, you have something to convey to other people. It has to do with your profession, and just as, again, this is one of the stable foundations of the world. It is something, it can be banking, it can be accountancy, it can be the law, it can be medical transcription. It's something with data that is managed in a very precise way. There's not a lot of room for fudging when it comes to anything, when the Justice card is on the line. There's something that you have, it's knowledge. That's what it is. It's not painting or music, or it's knowledge. The very thing that you work in, there is a way to create, now that's what it is. Seven of Swords in the upright with the Knight of Wands in reverse. It is about taking all that you have learned, the toolkit, you're using it in a healing capacity. It does rely solely on you. It's already part of a business that you do. And group number 3, the sense that I'm getting is what you do, what you already do, there is, you can teach it to other people. That's part of what Temperance is as well. Judgment. That is about finding your true calling. Queen of Wands in reverse. It is very much a facts and figures type of thing. I don't think that this is about money. I don't think it's a financial institution. But there is something that there is knowledge that you possess. You use it every day in your life. The people that you can give it to have been hurt and damaged by the inability to use it correctly. You feel some guilt because it's something that you do to make money. And I think you've been cautioned against giving it away. But truly, I believe that there is a volunteer opportunity, a mentorship opportunity, a tutoring opportunity. I'm going to go with mentor. I don't think it's tutoring in an academic setting. That will allow you to impart your knowledge. And it's going to take a little time away from your personal life. You don't have a lot of cards about family here. I don't think that's the biggest concern. But it goes against something that you have been taught. Because what you do is fairly lucrative, I think. I think it does provide fairly well. Yeah. It does provide fairly well. You feel stable. And you feel really called to doing this in a manner that I'm so sorry. You feel called to doing this in a manner that is not going to provide money. There's something you want to give away. But weirdly, because of the way you were raised, it bumps into guilt. You think if you're not making money in this particular sector, I think you went to school for it, that you're disappointing someone who had high expectations of you. There is a mentorship that you can pursue where you can teach people who have been hurt by a lack of knowledge that you possess to do what you know to do. And that opportunity is nearby. And I'm sorry, I know sometimes I look like I'm just, hearing voices or something. It's not that. It's, words are difficult to string together when they're kind of trying to encompass way too much. And what I get are little flashes of words, and it makes little pinging sounds sometimes. Goddess of the Moon. This is about your personal power that you already possess. And you do feel, I'm not going to, you feel guilty about giving this away. Third chakra, Archangel Shamuel. This is going to be this is mentorship. This is about teaching others to do what you can do. There is a situation where you work already that you feel like you would not be able to be honest about what you wish to do. And that is not necessarily with the boss. There's a couple of things that suggest that you're independent in a lot of ways. Not entirely independent. But you have clients, I think. You have clients. The area that you work in, you have a list of clients, and you feel kind of called and are being called for your life's purpose to mentoring, to counseling, to essentially giving away your skills in a way that you already charge for. But that's okay. It's okay to give to people who would never be able to seek out your expertise. There are some suggestions that this is a legal issue, and there is some suggestion that you would have to kind of hide it from your current employer. I think it is mentorship. I think it's mentorship. It's conveying the information, imparting the information that you have. I get a very high-pitched sound from that. Imparting the information that you do have to others. Quest. That will help improve their circumstances. And you feel a little guilty about it because you think that your existing clients will feel like balance. You feel like the people that you currently are making money off of, that they would not understand. I believe they would. I think philanthropic work is often viewed very positively. It is about teaching people a very functional skill. And I don't think it's young people. I don't think it's students. I think it is about people who have suffered from a lack of knowledge that you do possess. Could be talking to battered women. I could be talking to people who have lost already, who are in a bad situation. There's something that you have great knowledge in and great expertise, and it's not oh, please. There. It's not like the Big Brother, Big Sister program, but there is a population in need of your acumen. And that is the thing that you are being called to. This is spooky. We're going to find your world. Complete cycle. Okay. Well, we're on the right track, at least. Let's see. Can I get one more card? Is there anything else? This card coming up from a divine deck means that whether or not this meandering weirdness and listening to pings means that was the hit. The world, complete cycle. Take what you know. You will feel fulfillment when you are engaging in almost exactly what you do for a living already, but you are doing it in a charitable endeavor. I'm not getting the sense that it is going to take over your life or become your newest pursuit. It will add tremendous balance to your life. It will make you feel, it's going to feel weird to give it away, but then it will also feel better because it looks as if it has provided you with a lot of stability, And it is going to lessen your feelings of, it's hard sometimes to have privilege. I know, boo-hoo. But it is hard to know what to do about it more than anything. It causes guilt and a sense of wishes come true. Rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. This is the Manifesting Magic deck, Making Magic deck. The opportunity is very close by. Do look into volunteering. It is mentorship. It is teaching. I really have the sense it is mentoring people who have been injured in some capacity by the lack of knowledge that you possess. You have expertise. You can share it. It doesn't need to be all the time. You don't need to dedicate your life to it and go live on ramen. Once a month, start. Just a Saturday a month. A Saturday a month, and eventually it may move to something else. It could be a weeknight. Look into it. Look into the areas that you know would benefit from the expertise that you already possess. And you don't need to dedicate your life. Your life's purpose is you're doing fine. You're doing fine. You've put together your solid life. Give a little bit back. It does not need to be your full life's pursuit. Your life's purpose can be fulfilled in the space of 10 minutes. But this is part of it. Mentorship, teaching, sharing what you have, temperance, balance, that is about education. That's a healing angel card as well. You possess healing knowledge that you can share with the world. If this reading helped you, please hit the like button, please subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me. Do consider that mentorship program. It's not going to be that hard to find. You will feel so much better in your own skin, and you will know you're making a difference, and that is part of what you crave. That is part of why you feel guilty. That is just what I've gotten from this. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope your life's purpose treats you well and the people that you help well. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. If you picked the Healiorite, this is your reading. This is group number 4. Just a word about this. This is a stone of profound healing. Interesting color, interesting properties. So the Golden Wheel Tarot is going to tell us about your life's purpose. The Celtic deck is going to tell us about the conflicts that you face. You got the fewest cards from the St. Petersburg deck about how it will benefit you in a financial sense. And one of the groups was just guided towards volunteerism. Sometimes it's not about finances, and it's not about giving up your whole life. You don't have to become a nun. Let's find out what the sacred destiny and the soul's purpose is. Soul's journey is denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. This sounds like it's going to get interesting. Diligence is the sacred destiny. I hear one of my dogs. We have the Chariot and the Upright. This is about your life's purpose. This is the 3 of Wands. We have the 5 of Swords in reverse. Oh, interesting. We have the Ace of Swords in the upright. We have the 8 of Wands in the upright. I was wondering who was going to be the writer of the group. There's always somebody being advised to use their words. King of Cups in the upright. 4 of Swords in reverse. Okay, group number 4. There is success in a creative endeavor. The 3 of Wands is about a journey that you do need to move forward towards. You have been blocking this out. 5 of Swords in reverse, a battle that is over. Swords are frequently about communication and words. The Ace of Swords, it's always about communication messages. Sometimes spirituality, but that's not really. With the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Wands is a card of messages. You have things to write. You are being called to write. Diligence. Oh, it's a hard profession. You have to dedicate the time. And you also have to allow for it to suck. That must sound strange. Don't worry, people won't commit things to words sometimes because they worry that the quality isn't there. They can't get started, they stare at the page. Just start. My dog is woofing. Oscar, please don't. I guess he was just chiming in. The conflicts that you will face. The Five of Wands in the upright. This is about gossip and chaos and bickering and bantering. I genuinely might have to go and deal with my dog who is gurring in the hall. Just one moment, please. Thank you. I'm sorry about that. I guess it wouldn't be a divine message reading without some energetic weirdness. My dogs decided that there was something that they needed to deal with in a hostile fashion, and then I lost all kinds of connections, but we're back. The Five of Wands. This is the conflicts that you're going to be facing. This is a card of bickering and bantering, gossip, people talking about things they don't know much about quite frequently. The Hierophant in reverse. It is about having to, I think you were raised to believe that conformity and structure is one of the few ways to succeed. This is a life that I think you were guided away from. The Two of Cups. It's going to take some time away from your partner. The Chariot is in reverse here. It's not going to be super lucrative to start. And the conflict of the High Priestess in the upright does have to do with just finding the time to do all of this. It's going to, writing takes time. Sometimes you have to take classes. Sometimes you have to produce. It takes time away from things. There's some guilt being reflected here. It's something to start and to do. It will take a little time away from your partnership. It might take a little time away from your household. But what it will add, is success. It is going to lead somewhere. It's going to take you on a journey, and it will be successful. That does not necessarily, there's no pentacles here. There's no pentacles here. This is not necessarily about money. It is about emotional fulfillment and a spiritual sense of purpose. Six of Swords in reverse. Strength in reverse. This is what the financial outlook looks like for. It's not going to change much. It's just not going to change much at first. We're going to go clarifying on this. Clarifying, we will go. Group number 4, you were easily the clearest message. I'm going to go with my little anime deck. And I had wondered who was going to get the life's purpose. You need to use your words. You need to write. You need to share them. And the point in doing that is not about financial gain. It does not mean that there will never be financial gain. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm just wasting my efforts and being not you're going to be compensated in a sense of fulfillment, in a sense of purpose. Let's see what happens here. We have the Seven of Wands in the upright. We have the World in the upright. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So, the World and the Seven of Wands in the upright combined with the World, that is going to be about the work and the diligence and the dedication, finding the time, making sure you do it to start your cycle. And at first, it's not looking like, you're going to wonder, am I doing the right thing? It's going to take you a little bit of time to hone your craft. It is a craft. And you can't be impatient. Well, you can. It's just, oh, and look what happens. Okay, then we have the Four of Swords, contemplation, meditation, thinking. But eventually, it's the Ten of Pentacles, which is financial success. Group number 4, the sense that I'm getting is that you are concerned about trying to pursue this. You don't think that it has a significant enough impact. You think it will take too much time away from, you work in a different capacity. You think it will take too much time away from your home life as it is. It's worth it. You have something to say. You have something to say that the world wants to hear. And whereas it will take a little bit of time, you are going to see lucrative results over the course of time. At first, though, you're going to wonder, why did I ever get into this? Why did I listen to that crazy character? First chakra, Archangel Michael. This is about your root chakra. Staying grounded. You're too grounded. Honestly, you're too grounded. You need to go ahead and dwell in the space in your head with the Four of Swords, which was in the anime deck. You're too concerned with practical matters, and it is clogging up your energy a little bit. Anxiety in reverse. That is about finding the way to let go. That is about the things that you are thinking about that are holding you back. They're not real problems. Which is not to be dismissive. It's not to be dismissive. What I mean is the things you're telling yourself about why it won't work, it's mostly because, man holding a coin, it's mostly because you're afraid you can't do it. But you can. You can. This is, again, part of the reason I'm doing this read is quite simply it's the right day for that. It is, the veil is thinnest. It's a good time to receive messages. Again, this would be a timeless reading. Your life purpose doesn't expire when the calendar day turns. But you are being advised to do the work. And it's solitary at first. It's solitary, and it's diligence, and there's structure involved, and there's time. But there's also a man holding a coin. It's going to work out. Let's see if there's one Wisdom Oracle card, and then I'm going to go to Spooky and close this out, because I think I'm probably confirming something you already know. This is blessed. I'm going to put it can go either way. I'm going to put it in the upright quite simply because you're blocking the blessing that with the rationalizations that you are engaging in, denial, about what it is that you are being called to do. You're stalling a little because you're a little afraid that you can't, but you can. You have something to say. You have something to say. You have something to say. You have to hone your craft a little bit. It will take time. It looks like a happy partnership and a happy life with someone. That doesn't necessarily mean romance, but it could, and I think it does in this case. I think you're afraid of committing that much time to something that you do not think will bring in money. You're a very practical person, but you also have a really creative side. Go ahead and try. You will feel better. You will feel as if you are walking a path, you are doing something, and you are going towards something. Page of Pentacles. Let's get going. Spooky. Oh my goodness. All right, so that was a lot of cards. This is abundance and hard work and the card of a student and learning to master. But I'll see what that is in a moment. Is there anything else? You're just throwing cards today. You're just throwing cards. Is there anything else? Is that all that you want to say? I'm so afraid of this card. All right. All right. Back of the deck is the Hanged Man with a new perspective. Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles. The advice from my divine deck Spooky that delivers divine messages quite frequently in a school principal scoldy fashion is get going. You have a creative pursuit. Those are the wands. There are earthly matters and practical matters and matters of structure and probably studying up a little bit on perhaps narrative structure about how to deliver your message. You're actually going to be very, very good at this. You're going to feel rusty when you start. And even though it will take some time away from your family unit, from your home situation, from perhaps the things that you've been involved in the past, this reading is about life's purpose, what your life's purpose is. And that is not always about what you contribute to somebody else, but it is about what you contribute to the world, what you contribute to your own existence. You're going to feel better, and you are going to succeed. It's just going to take a little while. And by a little while, I mean a little while. This time next year, you'll still be producing things moving towards the 10 of Pentacles. You're not going to be an overnight success story. There are people out there who want to hear what you have to say, and it will benefit them. Thank you so much for joining me. I did wonder who the writing group was going to be, because there's always somebody who needs to be getting their words out there. It is the best way to make an impact on another person is with what you communicate to them. It opens their mind, it expands their horizons, it introduces new thoughts, feelings, emotions. You can paint a world with words, and you can make somebody else's world. So if you liked this reading, please hit the thumbs up button, the like button, please subscribe, and I hope that you get to writing very soon. Thank you.